Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10 in a filming update. I like waiting a little bit for information to come out and filming to get, rolling, and then I like making these update videos where we discuss all the new information we have since the last video. So today we're going to discuss some filming stuff, and the reason I like discussing filming news is because it definitely helps us kind of piece together what we think is going to be happening in Season 10. Obviously, credits to the Spoiling Dead fans because they're the ones who follow the filming, and then from them it goes like all over the internet. They're the original source, I believe, for all the filming stuff, so credits to them. I just want to give credit where credit is due. But with that being said, let's get started. So it looks like they just finished wrapping up filming for episode 2, because Michael Cudlitz, he's pretty active on Twitter and social media, so he usually posts stuff like that, and we knew a while back he was in Sonoy for filming, and he just posted this on Twitter saying, "My crew on this episode is kicking ass and taking names. Hashtag Walking Dead family. Incredibly grateful for this group." And given the time length that he was there, we can assume he's done filming episode 2 because it takes about 8 or 9 days to film an episode of The Walking Dead. So we can assume he's done. Also, a couple days ago, he posted this image of him, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Norman Reedus, obviously, filming with Daryl and Negan. And the fact that he has his headphones on, like whenever I see like on-set photos, the director always has the headphones on because obviously they're listening to the playback. So I do think they were filming during this time of this picture. They were just probably, waiting in between takes or something. But a couple things I noticed here is obviously first thing is that Negan and Daryl are together. Now, again, it's a behind the scenes thing, so they don't have to be together. But just because he has the headphones on, I do think there was like in between takes, so they probably were like close together. The second thing I noticed is that Negan looks to be back in the cell, or at least he's still wearing the same clothes that he was when he was in the cell. In the season 9 finale, he saved Judith and he was in that bed. He wasn't even tied up or anything. He had like a white shirt on. Michonne had a pretty good moment with him, so I thought Negan was going to be like, okay, after that point moving forward, he wouldn't be in the cell anymore, but rather just having a job around Alexandria since he's always asking for one. The same thing could happen. He could still have a job somewhere around Alexandria, because he does have that hat on, so maybe that's why. But just because he's wearing his clothes that he used to wear when he was in the cell, there is a possibility that he still is in that cell, in season 10. I personally think he's going to have a job around Alexandria because, I don't know, I just felt like him and Michonne, like, it's not like Michonne likes him or anything after that, but, he's been asking for a job. I feel like he's been, behaving pretty properly. He saved Judith. I think he's going to end up getting a job around Alexandria. Not a good job, but just probably like a job to do something to keep him busy. And we'll see where that goes. Just because he has the same clothes on, I feel like he might end up going back in the cell, which would be really interesting. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Do you think he's going to be in the cell or he's going to be out, helping the Alexandrians when season 10 starts? He definitely is going to be out by like, the mid-season finale or something. I don't expect him to be in the cell the entirety of season 10, especially since after he finds out, more stuff about the Whispers, Negan being the type of character he is, he definitely is going to want to go step out and help. So I'm pretty excited for episode 2, not just because it's The Walking Dead, but also I want to see Michael Cudlitz's next episode. Episode 7 in season 9, not a bad episode at all, pretty good, and I want to see what he does next. I'm also excited for Andrew Lincoln to direct because they confirmed that he will be directing an episode in season 10. He's going to come down and shadow a director, and then he's going to direct, or he already, did that in season 9. He already came down, shadow director in season 9, but season 10 he will be directing. I'm really interested to see how Andrew Lincoln directs an episode of The Walking Dead. It's going to be so cool seeing like in the bottom of the screen, like directed by Andrew Lincoln. That's gonna be pretty cool. Moving on to some of the Spoiling Dead fans. So apparently the other night, I believe it was June 1st. So I talked about this in my previous video that there was some filming going on. My last filming update, there was some filming going on around Alexandria at night, and we saw Alpha and Beta there, or some of the people around Sonoy saw Alpha, the actor and actress for Alpha and Beta. They saw them around Alexandria at night, so that's kind of kicking off the Whisper War. And now these images went around, this one right here of some smoke at night at Alexandria, and they were filming around like, in the middle of the night. So that is gonna be. It definitely reminds me of Negan coming to Alexandria in the season 8 mid-season finale. So yeah, the Spoil and Dead fans posted this image, but I believe the photo goes credit right here on the side. It goes to Soka, but yeah, this is a pretty awesome image with the fog, and I cannot wait to see what they do with this, because just imagine this in your head for a second. In the dark, there's fog and smoke everywhere. There's walkers, there's whispers. That's gonna be freaking awesome to see what the characters do under circumstances like that. Like, imagine the graveyard scene, which is still one of my favorite sequences of all time in The Walking Dead. Like, I love that scene so much. Like, imagine that, but just expanded to a whole community. Like, how awesome would that be? I'm excited to see what they can do with this, because the possibilities are, there with the smoke and the whispers and the walkers all coming together and blending with one another. And it's going to be hard to see. But yeah, things look like the Whisper War is definitely kicking off very fast, which is exciting. And like I mentioned in my previous video, it looks like the Alexandrians are going to be getting attacked by the Whispers first. Just because they're there, and it's episode 2. So unless in episode 1, they went to go attack the Whispers at their base or whatever, which I don't think they will, because the Whispers don't really even have a base. They don't even know where the Whispers are. They have the border, but they don't like have a home or anything like that. They just, in the wild. So they don't really know what the Whispers do. And because so much time has passed since not so much time, but some time has passed since the Pikes, I don't think the Alexandrians want to have another war. So the Whisperers are obviously going to find out that they cross into their border, and they're going to be the ones to attack first. Also, there were reports of Negan, Negan sightings, which kind of tells us that obviously Negan is out of the cell. If he was in the cell, that would be like in the studio, which, people who walk around Sonoy, they can't see. So it does look like Negan will be out of the cell during this moment, and this is happening in episode 2, which is awesome. I still think the Whisper War is gonna only take like half a season. I don't think they're gonna stretch it out to 16 episodes, especially since they teased the radio in the season 9 finale. I think they're gonna wrap up the Whisper War in the first half and then introduce the Commonwealth in the second half. But I'm still very excited. Having like a compressed, just like eight episodes of just war. They could do a lot with that, rather than just stretching it out to 16, just have a nice compressed 8 episodes of, Whisper War. That could be really cool. Next, it looks like Oceanside will be returning in season 10, because we did have some Oceanside members at the fair, but other than that, they have been MIA since Rick's final episode. They weren't even in Rick's final episode. We don't even know really what happened to them. And it's been like, because of that big time jump, like the characters, I feel like they haven't seen the Oceanside woman in like 6 years. So like, we don't really know what happened to them. But the Spoiling Dead fans reported that they're going back to the beach for filming, which I believe is where they filmed, that beach in the first episode where we saw the Oceanside women. I believe they're going back there filming. So obviously the Oceanside women are still around, because we saw Rachel at the fair, but we just haven't seen their community, or we don't really know what's been going on with them, and I can't wait to find out, to be honest. I know the main Oceanside woman, Sydney, I believe the actress, like, she was busy doing other stuff. For one, I saw her on Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix. Definitely recommend that show. It did get canceled, which sucks, but she was in the new season, and I think that's why, she was busy with other stuff, so I think that's why she wasn't there in the fair to sign the paper, and Rachel did. And I didn't even recognize that was Rachel, because Rachel was this little girl, and then, I totally forgot they did like a 6-year time jump, so Rachel's like a teenager now, so obviously it brought on a new actress, and I kind of missed for a second there that it was Rachel. But yeah, like, we haven't seen Oceanside in so long, so I thought something had to do with the communities getting angry at each other, which I still think it could be connected to that, because they were the ones killing the saviors. I just hope they come up with a pretty good excuse, because if we haven't seen them in like 6 years, the second half of season 9 was pretty much continuous. Like, there was no like big time gaps between episodes. So like, if 6 years has passed and we didn't see them at all in the second half, that means like Michonne, Daryl, and Carol and them, they probably haven't seen them either in 6 years. So I just want to see what happened. So it looks like we are going to be getting answers to that in the first half of season 10. Episode 3 looks to be the episode where we find out what happened to them, because they said they're going to begin filming there soon. not like they haven't in episode 2 already wrapped up. So episode 3 looks to be when we get our Oceanside woman back. But that was the filming update I have for you guys. If we get any more new information on actual filming for Oceanside, I'll be definitely making a video on it, so stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think is going to go down with the Whisper War, and do you think Negan's going to help out? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions about all this information in the comments down below. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and for more Walking Dead videos like this, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.